She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's almost Valentine's Day, if you guys can't tell by my dress, by my makeup, by my hair. This is going to be a get ready with me video. If this is something you enjoy from other content creators, please let me know down below. We're gonna go over this whole look from the makeup to the hair and to the dress. And it's totally okay if you're not spending Valentine's Day with anyone, if you don't have a significant other, maybe you're doing Valentine's Day with your best friends, or maybe you're keeping it really low like me. So let's get into this video. I already did my skincare and I also did my brows off camera just because if you guys don't know and if you haven't seen my other makeup videos, it takes me a really long time to do my brows. So for your sake and your precious time, I do it off screen. I keep it simple. I only use 2 products and I just finally found something that I really enjoy. But maybe I'll do a separate video just on my brows because my brows are pretty sparse. Surprisingly, since I have a ton of hair on my head, but barely any hair on the rest of my body. It's really weird. Anyway, I'm gonna go in with the Live Tinted Hue Glow. This one is in Dawn. I did apply a little bit early this morning, but I kind of had a late start today. Like it's already past lunchtime. I'm usually filming by 9. I like to film around that time. I'm like an early bird. I just like to get my filming out of the way, especially if I do some sort of wear test. This is so pretty and glowy. The feeling of it reminds me of serum. It's so gorgeous. You can wear it on bare skin, or you can mix it with your foundation or concealer. It just looks so good. It comes in 2 different colors. I did a whole entire review on Live Tinted. I tried out, I think, 3-4 of their products. If you guys are interested in that video, I'll leave it right here. So this, I just like to focus it on the tops of my cheeks, a little bit on the forehead. This looks so seamless. There are no chunky sparkles or anything, or even like shimmer. I don't know how they did it, but it looks so pretty. And it looks natural. You can put this on your body as well. Maybe I'll do that since I am wearing a dress today. Even when I rub the last bit of it on my hands, look how beautiful that is. It gives a slight color to your skin, but barely. There's also a darker color if this one is too light for you. Okay, now that we're looking glowy, this is really important because today I'm using the E.l.f. Camo CC Cream. This stuff is so good. I did a full review on this and a wear test. If you guys are interested in that video, I'll leave it right here. I want to add a little bit of primer around my nose since that's where my pores are the largest and most noticeable. This one is the E.l.f. Putty Primer. This is so good. I've had this for almost over a year. And it lasts forever. And this one is the one that I mainly use. Just like to focus it around the nose, sometimes a little bit on the chin if I'm breaking out, and then I just put a little bit on the forehead. Now we can go into this. This stuff is so good. So I'm trying to get better at talking and doing makeup, which is really hard for me. I can multitask, but it's a little bit different when you're filming. I want to know, do you guys have any plans for Valentine's Day? Obviously safe plans. Don't be silly and going out in big groups or anything. I personally don't have any plans. I want to get some festive donuts. There's this really popular place in my area and their donuts are so good, and every week they have like these specialty donuts. They have a red velvet donut and they have a few others and they sell out so quickly. I tried to get them today for this video and they were all gone. I got there like noon and there's like nothing left. So I'm gonna try tomorrow morning. If I end up being successful, I will have the video right here. So yeah, no plans. I'm not very romantic, to be honest. Never was. Certainly don't think I will be. I can do romantic things every now and then, but it just doesn't come naturally. Like I really have to make an effort and think about it, if you know what I mean. One of the reasons why we're not doing anything is 1, quarantine. 2, we're saving up. We just got a house on Long Island, a little bit closer to the city. If you guys don't know, I live really far out east on Long Island. I don't know if you guys know the geography on Long Island, but I live really far. It's very rural out here. Like there's tons of farms and wineries and beaches where I am. So there's just not a lot going on. And once this pandemic ends, my boyfriend will need to commute back into the city because we used to live there for 4 years. And then I work at home, so it's not a big deal. And, which I haven't told really anyone, we are welcoming someone new to the family. I'm gonna leave it like that and not say too much because I do want it to be a surprise. If you guys are interested in more of my life, or if you want to see, I don't know, more fashion content, or I don't know, just more things about me personally, I would definitely follow my Instagram. That's where you get more of a gist about me and kind of like what I care about. Sometimes I get a little political. Right now there's a lot going on with the Asian community. It's just been a really tough couple weeks for us, but not even just a couple weeks. This whole entire year has been challenging for Asians. And it's also Lunar New Year. So if any of you celebrate Lunar New Year, happy Lunar New Year. If you're not Asian, but you love Asian cuisine, I would definitely support your local Asian restaurants. They would really appreciate it, especially right now. It's just been so tough on all of us. Oh my gosh, this coverage is so good. Don't sleep on this product, guys. It's so beautiful. I've been really intentional with my makeup, especially this last year, and just spending less. I'm really trying to go through all my makeup products before I get a new one, specifically in the concealer blush category. So for example, I've had this e.l.f. Camo Concealer for quite a while and I'm almost done with it. And I don't want to get a new one or try anything new until I finish this one. It's just been one of my goals to be more intentional and to actually finish products before they expire. So you guys may notice I've been using the same concealer, sometimes the same blush, and mascara, definitely mascara. A mascara can take me, I don't know, 5 months to finish, sometimes even 7. Is that weird? I don't know. This concealer is so good, full coverage. It makes it look like I got 12 hours of sleep, which that never happens. Since this is a Valentine's Day makeup look, I am going to be incorporating red, pink, rose gold, something like that. I don't know exactly what, but we'll see. It's a journey that you can take with me. Anyway, my face is looking pretty flat, so I am going to add some contour, just warm up the face. This is the Fenty contour stick in Mocha. I originally got the shade next to this, which is a bit cooler, and it looks so bad on me. It was pulling really gray, and I have warmer undertones, and it made me look sick. On others, it looked great, and she was like, yeah, this shade is like the best selling one out of all of them, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's gonna work on me, right? Not thinking that I'm so yellow that it might not. I always have to be careful with things like that, which is why you will rarely ever see me use cooler tones, especially like cool eyeshadows. I used to not like cream products just because I thought they like move around, get messy, wouldn't last as long, but this cream contour is so good. Like, I love a good cream contour, especially if you like to contour your nose. It just looks a little more natural compared to powder. Don't forget under your neck. There's been a couple of times where I've gone out with like 2 lines under my neck. I don't know how that happens, but it does. And then for my nose, I like to use a small blending brush and just go like this. It's gonna look really intense, but then just you wait. I'm gonna go in with something else that's just gonna blend it out even more. I've only been doing a nose contour for less than a year. I used to be not into it just because my nose is so small. It's kind of like, well, what am I gonna do with contour? It gives a little depth to my nose bridge because my nose bridge is so shallow. I just don't want to do anything crazy because I like my nose. I don't want it to look too different. So this is my trick to blend it out even more and have it look a little more natural. So that beauty sponge that I was using earlier with the foundation, I'm just going to dab it on my nose. And this is just going to blend it with the leftover foundation that I have on here. Since I'm pretty sure I'm using some sort of glitter on my eyes, I am going to use this NYX glitter primer. I think I've used this once or twice. I honestly don't remember, but it is thick, so you barely need anything. Recently, I started using this sponge to apply powder. I don't know what kind of sponge this is, but it's like really fuzzy. It's supposed to be for powder. I've really been enjoying it. I used to use one sponge for everything, and it would get quite dirty and a bit muddy pretty quickly. So having a separate sponge just for powder has been a lifesaver. I don't clean my sponges as often now that I have 2 separate ones. Now it might seem a little extra to have 2 sponges, but this has really been amazing. I don't always do this, but if I want a little more definition, sometimes I add a little bit of powder under my contour. I love translucent powder because it works so well well, but it gets everywhere. This is just the leftovers when I was closing the packaging. Can be quite annoying, especially if you bring it around with you for like traveling, but regular powder just doesn't do it compared to translucent. Since it's Valentine's Day, of course, we need to apply blush. This one is from Lauren Conrad Beauty. This is in the shade Peach. I find this to be a true pink. I don't know why it's peach. To me, there's not enough warmth into it, but I really do like this. I did a couple of Lauren Conrad Beauty reviews, from like the skincare to her makeup to like the best products. If you guys are interested in any of those videos, I'll leave it right here. So you don't need that much. And then I just like to bring my blush up into the contour. I got some powder in my eyebrows, so I'm just gonna go back in with the Milani Clear Brow Gel. This stuff works really well. It just gets my hairs up and they stick. And what I've noticed with eyebrow gels, whether it's tinted or clear, I just prefer clear. It's less of a mess, and since I don't have a lot of hair, it doesn't get all over. Like whenever I use a tint, it can get all the way up here. It just looks really weird, so I just prefer clear. For the eyes, I do want to add a little bit of glitter. It's not what I usually do, but since it is Valentine's Day, I just want to spice it up. I do have these e.l.f. glitters. These are so good and so inexpensive. There's so many different colors. I have two colors. So the darker one is Cranberry Punch and the lighter one is Big Dipper. I think I'm gonna go for the lighter one just because I am wearing a red dress, and that deeper one might not work very well. I also have this one from Pixie. This one is in Rose Gold, so it's probably very similar to the e.l.f. one. Oh yeah, very similar. It's just pulling a little bit cooler. As I try to figure out which color to go for, I am going to curl my lashes. I will be using some fake lashes today. And then I'm gonna go in with the brown liner and tight line. I kind of want to do something a little sultry, so maybe a slightly smoky cat eye, and then put the glitter over it. For this, I am gonna apply a little bit of eyeshadow, something that is very close to your foundation. So I'm just gonna go in, this is the Naked Heat palette, the second shade, so this is Chaser. As you guys can see, I barely have anything left, but it's just a really good base shade. And since I'm having glitter on my eyes, I definitely need as much of a layer on my eyelids so things don't transfer as easily. And then I'm gonna slightly wing it out. Again, on my skin tone, this is perfect because it's just slightly darker. For the cat eye, since I want something really sharp, I am gonna go in with the M Cosmetics Illustrative Eyeliner in brown. I don't love this eyeliner. I actually did a full review on this and a wear test. If you guys want to see a more in-depth video on that, I'll leave it right here. With the eyeliner, I am going to add a small, kind of like a triangle, I guess you could say, on the inner corners. Try not to breathe when you do this because you want to make a pretty small triangle. You don't want it to be crazy or anything. And you want it to extend. So depending on your eye shape, the angle of it might be a little bit different from mine. Okay. Now I can breathe. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So now I'm going to use an angled brush, and with the glitter, I ended up going with the Big Dipper by e.l.f. I'm just going to put a little more on my hands. Now this stuff can dry pretty quickly, so just keep that in mind. And then I'm just going to put some on my brush. So I'm essentially going right above the wing. Now since this is a wet glitter, make sure to not really blink and keep your eyes slightly open. And you also want to make sure the end is really sharp. And honestly, this doesn't have to be perfect. This glitter is probably gonna move around a little bit, and you may want to add another layer once the first layer dries, just because I've noticed these e.l.f. toppers, they're not as pigmented as they look in the bottle. Sometimes you have to do a couple layers if you really want that color to come through. Unless you want something more sheer, then I think one layer isn't enough. And then I want to add some on the lower lash line just to smoke it out. And then I'm just gonna like connect it at the end like this. To add a little more depth, I'm going to go in with this blush bronzer. This is from the Mulan x Colourpop collection. This is the Good Luck Charm. It's a little bit darker than the eyeshadow. Next, I'm going in with a lash primer. This one's by Essence. I think a lash primer is a must. This works so well with whatever mascara you like to use. It just gives it an extra boost for your length and volume. And then for mascara, I'm going in with the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. This one, I did a full review. TikTok made me buy it. If you guys want to see that, I will leave it in the cards. And then I'm just gonna pop on some lashes. I ended up cutting these in half. These are from Ardell. They're the naked lashes. They are my favorite because they're so lightweight and comfortable. For this, I just wanted to focus it on the ends and give a flirty look. Like, I didn't want a full lash moment, especially since I have this eyeliner and I really wanted to peek through. And whenever I do a full lash, you're really not going to see my eyeliner unless I do something dramatic where you're going to really see it. Does anyone remember this? This is the e.l.f. Heart Defensor Highlighter Duo. I think this came out 2-3 years ago. I haven't used it in a while, but it's really pretty. I'm gonna go in with a darker shade and use my fingers and just put it on the cheeks. Whatever left over on my fingers, I'm just gonna do on the brow bone. I don't want it to be too crazy. And then a little bit on my nose and my Cupid bow. And that's it. It's really pretty. You definitely could amp it up and mix the two if you want something a little more frosty, especially that lighter shade. I want something a little more subtle but still glowy. Guys, we're almost done with the makeup look. Now I'm gonna go on to the lips. I do want to do a red lip, which I know is typical, but I don't wear red lipstick that often and I have so many. These are just 4 right now in my hands. So I kind of want to see what shade of red to go for. I have the Mulan one, which I've seen better days. This is the dress that I'm wearing, so I need something bright like that. Oh, this one is Colourpop. This one's a pretty fancy one, but that's pretty. This one is the Mulan one. That one is like intense red. This one's a little bit old, so it's separating. It's from Milani. It has this beautiful, I don't know, shift to it. That's what that looks like. That's really pretty. I have so many reds on me, but I think I finally picked it out. I'm gonna go in with this one. It's from Colourpop. It's a liquid lipstick. I probably should add some lip liner because we're doing red. This is my only red lip liner. This is so pretty. I wish I wore red lipstick more often, but now that we wear masks, I just feel like it's so pointless. Wow, this is a true red compared to the lip liner, which is more of a cool red. Wow, this red is so bright and punchy. It's so beautiful and it makes my lips look really juicy. I was going to top it off with the Milani one, but I feel like, is it even necessary? Maybe I'll just put a tiny bit on the center of my lips. Again, I'm just gonna put a tiny bit. Hopefully it doesn't ruin the look. This smells so sweet. What does it remind me of? Vanilla? Something like that. Oof, that is so pretty. Since I do have quite a bit of powder, I do want to add a little more glow back into my skin. This one is by Rare Beauty. I did a whole entire Rare Beauty first impressions, the initial launch. If you guys are interested in that video, I'll leave it right here. This is one of the products that I actually really enjoy. And I don't have that much left of it. All right, we need to get a move on, so let's get into the hair. I already washed my hair and dried it this morning just so we could speed this video up. I am gonna do these loose waves. I tend to wear this quite often. If you guys ever see my hair like in these loose textured waves, but it's kind of straight at the bottom, this is the tutorial. With the curling iron about 1 inch, this one is so old. It's by Bedhead. I've had it since high school. I know. You want to get one with a clamp just because this technique, you just need a clamp. So hopefully you have one. The wand, you could use a wand. It's just not going to give you the same look. That's the only thing. There's no rhyme or reason in how I do this because I don't want it to look too perfect. So I just split my hair in the middle. I feel like I always do middle parts whenever I do hair videos. It's kind of just like my go-to, or whenever I don't know what to do, I always do a middle part so then I could just like flip my hair to either side and it still looks good. I'm gonna go in with the heat protecting spray. This one is by Gisou. I'm actually testing out all of Gisou products because I want to do a full line review video for you guys. This brand is pretty popular and I'm just curious if it's worth the hype. So I'm gonna spray a little bit on either side. It smells really nice. Not too strong, but it does have a feminine light floral scent to it. I'm just gonna start off with my bangs. For these waves, I'm taking smaller sections. So you wrap it around the barrel twice. You're not gonna leave it on for very long. Then, this might seem a little tricky, but you're gonna take it out, if that makes any sense, and then go down around the barrel twice. Same thing, keep going, just like that. And then for the ends, you're just gonna go straight out. You want your ends to be pretty straight. So the last 2 inches, I would keep straight. And then you're just gonna do the same technique throughout your head. So same thing. I'm actually gonna keep it all in the same direction. You could switch it, but again, wrap it around about twice. Hold it for a couple of seconds. You want to pull it out. I don't really know how else to explain that. And then again, wrap it around twice. Pull it out. It will get easier as you keep going. But if this is your first time seeing this technique, that might look really confusing. Just slow down this video if you need to. Again, I'm not really sectioning my hair. I like it to be a little irregular and not perfect. As I'm looking, this front piece might be a little too strong, so I might have to fix that at the very end. Again, it's super fast because you're not holding it on your hair for very long. And if I didn't mention, I am going away from the face for all pieces. I don't want to make this video 15 minutes long, so let's quickly speed this up. Much better. So now I'm gonna go in with the comb just to break up the curls because I really want it to be more of a wave. Now this front piece is a little too curled for me, so I'm actually going to pull on it just so it's a little more relaxed. I'm just gonna go back with a couple of pieces because it's looking a little flat. Again, I'm just gonna put it around the barrel and just bring it down. Since the bottom half is fine, it's more so up here. And then I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other side. Next, I'm going to add a little bit of oil. This one is by Gisou. You guys probably have seen this in multiple hair videos. If this is looking a little too polished, you can always add a texture spray or a beach spray. This one is by Kristen S. This is her beach spray. This one works really well. I'm also testing out this Gisou texturizing wave spray. So I think I'm going to go for this one. And then what I like to do is flip my hair and just give it a good shape. And since I use that Gisou texturizing spray and it's a little wet, I am going to scrunch my hair a little bit. So now it looks a little more lived in, and I love how the ends are straight. Before I get dressed, I am going to go in with this setting spray. It's by Hourglass. This is a soft focus setting spray. It's one of the finest mists I've ever used. This is so fine and the experience is so lovely. For the final step, let's get into the outfit.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see.
I'm gonna go back in with that Live Tinted Hue Glow. Just put on a little on my décolletage and my arms. And this is my Valentine's Day makeup look. I'm keeping it simple, just wearing this red slip dress. I'm not even bothering wearing shoes. I'm probably just gonna wear my fuzzy slippers. I forgot to tell you, I got this dress from Depop. It's a vintage Victoria's Secret slip dress. I love slip dresses no matter where I get it. They are so pretty and you can dress them up or down. I actually have quite a few and I love thrifting them. I hope you guys enjoyed this look, this get ready with me. Please let me know. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more fashion and beauty content. Say happy Valentine's Day whether you're celebrating it with someone or alone. I hope you guys have a great day and I'll see you in another video. Bye!